All kinds of images in Affinity can be used to create amazing brushes. Now this design was created in Boris Optics. I would suggest checking that application out. However, here's one of the designs I created in Optics, and I'm going to show you how to create a brush from this design. And all you need to do is just select part of the image. And I'm just going to go for something that looks quite interesting. And I'm just going to select, say here. Now I'm using this, the rectangular marquee tool. Use that. And I've got here the feather set to 0. Now you can create some interesting brushes using a feather setting slightly different from that. But for this one, I'm just going to quickly create one with 0. So the next thing to do is go to the actual brushes and window, and then down to general and brushes. And here you can see you've got a whole range of different brushes, and you might want to create a category for these. Now I'm just going to go with my brushes 001, but you can create a category just by going up here and creating a new category. Okay, once you've done that, next thing to do is capture it. It needs to be a pixel selection, no use being anything else. So just go over here and click here and new brush from selection. So new brush from selection, and with that you can see you've got this design here. And now to actually see it, double click it, you can double click it and it will bring this up. And I love about these squares, now you could of course create square designs really easily just using shapes. Create a whole variety of different square designs. Just a square, square, another square, maybe change the colours and create something, maybe apply a blur effect like this one has. Okay, so once you've got this, you can go here and you can change the spacing. And I'm just going to reduce it down a little bit. I want this design to still have the gaps. You can see the black there, still want that. But also what you can do, go to dynamics. So dynamics, and you can change the size jitter, so you can get a lovely size jitter effect. Now, one thing I really love in Affinity, and something that's not readily available in other applications, certainly that I've ever found, and that is this feature, the Cyclic. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong on this, and please put a comment saying, have you got an application that does similar sort of thing? With this, you can see now what happens. It's got this lovely flow that you didn't have before, and you can modify it using this, the profile at the side. Just click here, just a little one here, completely, you wouldn't even think it does anything, but click here and then you can just change this by just dragging any of these little nodes here. You can see straight away, you can vary the size that's going to be applied when you create the brush and use it. So you can see, you can create that. Now it comes with a selection of different profiles. Now I'm not going to select those, I'm going to go with what I've got here. But there's also other ones. There's rotation jitter as well, which I really like because that also goes with a cyclic. So cyclic, and you can see then, and that's why I love this, just the square approach. I think it's just a great way of creating some interesting brushes. You can see now cyclic again, click here, and again you can select different profiles, but you can also manipulate it just by changing these little positions here. Just click on here and you can add a node. Now I don't know if there's a limit, but really to get the best from this, it's probably best to go and push now. Once you've done this sort of thing, just change the spacing and put it to maybe something like that, 2%. You can vary it. So if you go here, go with this, you can see you get this sort of result. If you go with spacing 1%, you get that. I think about 3 or 4 is what I want. Yes, like that flow. Now the thing is, that's great about this is that you don't need an art pad and pen. Because one thing, if you haven't got an art pad and pen, quite often with brushes you can't really get the best result. But I think with the Cyclic, it really sort of compensates for a lack of that tool. So I'm going to go with this. I could, of course, also go dynamics and add hue and jitter as well. I like hue jitter. So if I do that, because it's got some colour, you can see the colour varies. It's up to you if you want that. Sometimes it looks good. Sometimes, personally, I prefer it just keeping the colour of the brush that I've created. And click close. And now I can just quickly go over here, pixel selection, deselect. Now what I can do, when I've actually got this open, I can double click here, you can see I've got this, I can actually apply the brush. If the brush is active, I can actually apply it there as well. just to be aware of that. However, you'll notice that there is a slight issue here. Sometimes with this does vanish occasionally. In this case, it didn't, but I suddenly thought, oh, it's gone again. For some weird reason, Affinity 3, this tools set, just keeps vanishing. Not certain why, doesn't make any sense, but it just seems to vanish. To bring it back at any point, just go to View, Tools, and again, just bring in the show. Okay, now let's just apply it. So go over here and select the paintbrush tool. So here's the paintbrush tool. Now I'm in the Pixel Studio. If you were in the Vector, you wouldn't see that. And now you can see your brush. As I there, and as I apply it over here, you can see you get this lovely abstract effect applied as it flows across the. Now you'll notice one thing, which always is a slight annoying feature for me, and I forgot to do it. So undo, double click, again, just bring this up, and let's go to General. Don't set wet edges. What I want to do, set wet edges off. Reason being, you can see through them otherwise. I find that quite distracting. I personally do not like that. But you can also set a blend mode as well. So you might want to apply it with difference or something else. So you don't have to go with just the normal one, or don't set. So I'm just going to set it to normal and click close. And now, again, apply it. Now you can't see through it, which is what I wanted in the first place. And you can see now you get this lovely, I think, quite lovely mosaic effect very quickly using squares. And I'm going to stop at that point there. If you haven't got a design like this, you can, of course, quickly create something very similar. I'm just going to quickly show you how. PC or Mac. So let's just go over here, File and New, and then just create a document. Be any size. Now, I'm not certain what the size was of that document, but click Create. Now what you need to do is just go over here. I've got all these tools, and I'm going to go to the Pixel Studio. So in the Pixel Studio, then all you need to do is just go down here to a rectangle tool. There's probably other ways to do it as well, but I'm going to go with rectangles. And here's the rectangle tool. Of course, could be in a different position for you. And just click the document. Now the color at this point doesn't particularly matter. I'm going to change it later, but just create this first one. Now don't release the mouse at this point. You can just keep hold of that. You can see you can change the size, but also just go down to the down arrow and just click that. Just press it on the keyboard. So if you press that on the keyboard, it will generate another square, just going downwards. Now you could use the other ones to create different directions, the other arrows, other arrow keys, I should say. Okay, so once you've gotten that, just release, and you've got your squares. You, of course, can just create them normally, different sizes, up to you. Now, this design at the moment, you can see, has got no stroke. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm going to go with black, because that's the colour that was before. And I'm just going to click here, and I'm just going to set the size. And you can see then, you can set it like that. Just going to go about there. Now, the design didn't have the edges here. It just had the edges just here. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to actually have a stroke without like this. But what you can do is change the colour for each of those rectangles. So select that rectangle, use the Move tool. So with that selected, you can then go to your Swatches panel, Window, and go to General and Swatches. And now in the swatches, you've got all these ones. You've got lots of colours, so I'm just going to go to colours. And you might go with, say, greens and blues or whatever. So with that one selected, I'm just going to go with green. And I'm going to go with that. Now, I think there was some like purples and things, so you can go and look for some purples there. And you can see quite similar sort of colours before. So let's just go with something like that. And you can just select them all like that. And maybe that one there. Okay. So you've got something slightly similar to the previous one. Obviously not exact, but it's going to be close to. And now I can select all of those. So you can see they're all selected. And I'm just going to rasterize them. So rasterize them. So right click, just go over here in the layers, right click, and then go to group. So go to the group and then right click again, and then rasterize. So they're all rasterized into a single pixel layer. So rasterize. Now what I can do is maybe apply some blurs. So I'm just going to go over here and pixel filters and go with blur and motion. think that was one that probably would be closest, and you can just change that. You can see I can do that. So I can blur these lines and click apply. Now I'm going for 30 and 90, so it's going upwards. Click apply. Now what you can do, because it's a pixel layer, you can save it as a brush. But I want to save it similar to the one before. So let's just go back. It was like this, wasn't it? So I selected, I think, double click there so I can just see. I guess there was a bit of the black line. Yep, okay, I will go with the whole thing. So let's just go back to that. There it is. Okay, now I don't want to select the top part. I think that top part probably can be things. So all you need to do, just go to the rectangle marquee tool, and I'm just going to go for this part. So click there and drag. Now I'm using feather again of 0 and just down there. And now selected that. Yes, that's going to be my brush. You could vary it, you can make it thinner, whatever you want to do. So now go to your brushes panel. Again, you could set up a category for it, create a new category, but now you can see you've got new brush from selection. If it was vectors, you wouldn't be seeing that. So now new brush from selection, and now you've got that there. Now it's not exactly the same. You can see obviously this is very different. So again, double click, and you can then edit this in a similar sort of way. Unfortunately, there's no copy feature, copy brush style feature. That would be really nice. So if you've got brush from this one, you could put it into this one. You probably can do it maybe somehow by using maybe some of the settings here. Brush nozzle, replace that, I guess. That's a possible way of doing it. But it would be nice if there was a copy feature so you could just copy and paste them over. But instead, you have to quickly create it again. And again, just go here, on this menu here, go with Cyclic, and then just click here. And again, just tweak these. Just tweak the settings here. And you could use different profiles. And also make certain spacing is like this, so you can see it like more squares, like there. Dynamics, size jitter, and now maybe go back to there, 7%. Seems to work best about 5 or 4, so something like that. And you see you've got that design. Now you can again just test your brush. So let's just close swatches, go to the paintbrush tool here. Is the paintbrush tool, and you can do that while you're editing, so you can check them out. So pixel selection, deselect, I don't want that. And then just paintbrush and just apply. And you can see you create this sort of design. However, let's just change the size. I think that is way too big. Quite often I prefer it about 500 or so you can see that sort of design. And again, because before I had this, so let's just go to this. Don't set wet edges. I want that to be off. Always like that, prefer that. And dynamics again, and just down here, rotation jitter. So rotation jitter, again, cyclic. So I put it to 100%, cyclic here, and click there. And again, you can manipulate this. You can use various ones here. Don't ask me which one or how it was set up. And you can just vary it and change it and just work out one that you like there, which I think I will go with, and click close. So now you've got a similar sort of brush in the one that was original image. So you can see literally create thousands of different brush designs like this lovely rosette design. You can also create ribbon designs. Maybe if you don't have the black lines, this is one created similar. Okay, double click. Brush is too big. 2000. It's always ridiculously sized. You can get a very blur effect. You can see you can create a lovely ribbon effect. All those kind of effects. Different brush strokes using just by changing the cyclic and the spacing, and also not having that black edge. So click that one again, and again it's put it back to this. Not certain why it's doing that. Click close, and you think it would remember and not keep resetting it, but there it is. You got this. Creates all kinds of lovely designs in Affinity. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions and thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. And also, please let me know the type of brushes that you would love to see. Would you love to see maybe this sort of design, or maybe circular designs, a whole range of different designs? It'd be great to hear in the comments. Bye.